guys, so I've done a little bit more work here. Still just dry fitting, but what I've done is I've taken this all apart and I've cut out all the window and door slots. So I just wanted to show you this because this will give you a little bit better idea of where things are than just drawn on. So there, down here you can see the this is the where the fireplace is going to be. Windows, some windows there, the big windows in the back, and the door out the back. Windows on the sides. Here's a front view, the big double doors and the double windows there on the top. And the door out the side and some windows on that side. And then there's going to be the fireplace and a window, windows on the top. So that's basically all the cutouts. And now we're going to start actually putting together the bottom. Gluing it all together and getting it all set up properly. So what I'm doing now is I've taken the dry fitting apart, so all the individual pieces are out, and I'm going to start putting down the corner posts for these. So this is just balsa wood. This is a 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch square piece that I've decided to use. And what I've done is I've just cut them to the height of the wall. And what this is going to do is this on the outside, if they're flush on the inside, then on the outside they're actually going to stick out about 1/8 of an inch. And then I'm going to use thinner pieces to do the board structure on the outside of the walls, and those will butt up against this that's sticking out. But first we just need to get the actual corner pieces. Now, if you're going to cut balsa wood, I would highly recommend having a razor knife and a miter box, a small miter box. That's going to make your life tremendously easier when you're cutting this stuff. So they don't cost that much, but they're well worth it. Alright, so I cut those off square, and now I'm going to distress these pieces of wood because I actually want them to look like, you know, pieces of timber that are old and distressed. So the first thing I do with these is I just kind of shave down the sides, the corners, because they wouldn't be nice sharp square corners. So I shave those down and just get it real ragged and nasty looking. Cut a few knot holes in it and just pull out some of the wood. Rough up the bottoms or the tops. Cut some angles into the tops where things might have gotten chipped, and just kind of rough them up. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with these two pieces, and then we'll be back. Okay, I've got these both kind of roughed up, and so now we can get around to actually painting them. And the good news is this part of painting the whole thing is extremely easy. It's a little messy, but it's extremely easy. So what we're going to do is we get your favorite brown color. I'm using this burnt sienna because it's a bit of a reddish brown, and I wanted some red in here. So you get your paint, you water it down real watery, like stain. I mean, we're going to put this on like stain. So you just get it and you slop it on your piece of wood there. Very simple. Make sure you get enough to get down in any cracks that you've made or any marks there. And you just get a paper towel and you just wipe it, just like you would if you were staining actual wood. And it comes out looking like, well, stained wood. So, and then you can throw a wash over this if you really want to. I generally will just leave it like this because it comes out fine. And can't forget to do the tops and the bottoms. So I'm going to do these two pieces and then we will be back. Alright, so I've painted these up and now we're just going to start gluing them to the walls. Now I'm going to put I'm just doing the walls one at a time because we want to go slow and careful at this stage to make sure everything's square and everything is put together properly, because if we don't go slow and steady and sure at this stage, we're going to have a lot of compounding problems later on. So it's really important to try to get this right. So I'm just using white glue here. You could use wood glue. That'd make this go a little faster because wood glue has less water content and dries faster. But I'm just going to use some white glue here. And I've got just a piece of wax paper laying down so that my glue doesn't get stuck to newspaper or anything else. I don't want this getting all stuck down. So wax paper just makes it a little easier to get up. And then I'm just going to put this in and make sure the bottom of the wall and the bottom of this are flush. The other thing you want to make sure of is that since we want this to stick out on the outside of the wall, you want to make sure you've put your inside of your wall face down so that you can make sure these are flush to the inside of the wall, so that your inside corners are nice and flush, because you're going to have another piece of board coming off of here and you want it flush on the inside. So make sure they're nice and flush, everything's set right, and you've got the right side of your make sure your carved sides of your board here are on the outside. Now this takes a lot of patience. Right now I want to go ahead and put this whole thing together, but I need to let this dry thoroughly before I start putting all the other parts together. So just make sure you're patient with it, let it dry, give it sufficient time to dry, and life will be a lot better down the road. Alright, so I think that's probably going to be it for this episode. And next time we'll finish putting all these together. I'll make sure they're glued down. So until then, you guys have a good one. Bye!